then so now we're having our lovely our seasoned, our well trained with experience, our happiness ambassador, a strong man, a man with a wealth of wisdom in a lot of areas. A lot of areas. I'm trying to hype him up and get you guys ready. I hope you have your notebook and your pens and everything you need, because he's coming to give us something, and I know it's definitely gonna last us a long time. It's really gonna be good. So with Jesus joy and with some love in our hearts, let's welcome Dr. Jackson. Woo! And really, guys, get your notebook and pen. It's useful.
Thank you for that rapturous introduction. Wow, it's wonderful. Thank you so much. Excellent. Wow, Women of Power, it's great to have you here with us this evening. The question is, why should I teach? Why should I share this evening? The first question I'm going to ask is, what's one thing you have learned in this last week that really shifted your mindset? The Bible talks about wisdom is the principal things. In all you're getting, get wisdom. There's information and there's wisdom. There's two different things. I really believe that there's a lot of foolish people walking around this earth who are aware of what they need to do, but they don't do it. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. Everybody write that down in the comments or in your notebook. Wisdom is the application of knowledge, not the accumulation of knowledge. Wisdom is the application of knowledge, not the accumulation of knowledge. But one thing I've noticed in 25 years of coaching people is there is a great accumulation of knowledge, but not a great application of knowledge. So if you are going to really obtain power and maintain power, there has to be a high level of application of knowledge instead of the accumulation of knowledge. And this is the issue here. There are many people who are running away from their responsibility of transformation, and I hope you're not one of those. And if you are, tonight, we're going to help you really know how to maintain your power, because many of us have given our power over to the past. You've given your power over to the future. That's why in the present, you feel powerless sometimes, not realizing that you actually carry power. So what's one thing you've learned this week that you've actually thought, wow, this is actually lots of wisdom. This is very wise, and advice, or maybe something you read, or so maybe something you saw. Type it in the comments below, or we'll actually begin this. There's enough of us to go around to share one thing you learned this week. One thing you learned this week, a piece of knowledge that was given to you. Type it in the comments below. A piece of knowledge that you learned this week, something that you thought was very, very wise. Anybody got anything?
I could talk rather than typing.
Okay.
Breaking down your major goals into little daily tasks. And I know it's always said, but I really understood the need for it this week.
Okay.
Much more into daily tasks.
Wonderful. So you've been able to break it into daily tasks then? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else? So Sister Fade Kemi says, just after I was advised to let go and let God. Okay. When you serve, you'll be served. Amazing. Now, the reason why I'm touching on this is one of the things I really want to look at, the things that drain your power. The things that drain your power. The worst thing you can do to someone is to make them feel that the power is on the outside of them rather than on the inside. Many people are looking for wealth on the outside. Many people are looking for happiness on the outside. You notice that your eyes are looking out. Now, the question is, are you looking with your physical eyes or with the eyes of your heart? When you look at with the eyes of your heart, you begin to realize that everything you need is within you, has always been within you. The power resides within you. But there are certain things that we would do that would drain our power. That's the thing I want to talk about tonight. What are your energy drainers? What are the things that actually take the power away from you that you don't really realize? I did a poll about happiness, and there was one question I wrote up, and that question was, how easy is it for you to let go of a negative experience? Your capacity to let go of a negative experience will determine how much joy floods into your life on a regular basis. Your capacity to let go of a negative experience will determine how quick joy flows into your life. So, say at 8 o'clock, something happens. And of course, you have to react to the thing in a wise way. If you've reacted to it and you're still holding on an hour later, I need you to know that joy is being kept outside waiting while you finish operating on darkness. Our capacity to let go of a negative experience will determine how much joy flows into our life. And joy is the generator of your power. You don't generate power from holding on to negative experiences. You don't derive joy from holding on to past hurt or past mistakes. And when I say negative experience, it could be something as simple as someone dropped a glass, it smashed on the floor, and it's like, oh, that's smashed. You've cleaned it up. After cleaning it up, you've gone into the living room and you've moaned about the fact that the person smashed the glass. How many of you have been there before where something happens, but you have to talk about it to the whole village, or you feel the propensity to just keep ruminating on the same issue without letting go, right? Type yes if that's you. Your capacity to let go of a negative experience will determine how much joy flows into your life. The quicker we're able to let go of something would determine how much light comes in. God is a God of light. And in this world that we live in, we're called to be three things: light, salt, and yeast. Light is illumination. It brings light into darkness. And we're talking about knowledge, the application of knowledge. Then the second thing is salt. Salt changes the flavor of an environment. Without salt used to be so powerful. Salt is a preservative. Salt is used to preserve something. So if you are called the salt of the earth, that means wherever you are a form of preservative. Okay. And then there's yeast. Yeast is about increase. So we talk about light, salt, and yeast. Now, if you walk in darkness and you don't preserve, everyone's a yeast, but what you're yeasting is a different question. Yeast is about expansion. Are you expanding darkness? Or are you expanding light? Your capacity to let go of a negative experience will determine how quick light comes into your life. Now, those who hold on to stuff too long, and let's have this discussion. I'm the only guy here. And some have said women tend to hold on to things longer than men do. Who would disagree with that? Or if you all agree with that, type of one. If you all agree, type of one. If you disagree, type of two. Let's have a fight right now. Sister Bukanla says one. Sister Anjola says two. Okay. Camilla says two. That that men tend to who lets go quicker. Who lets go quicker? Let's come to Camilla. Sister Camilla, talk to us on mute or mic. So you would say that men hold on to things longer than women?
I think it depends on what.
Offense. She didn't talk to me. She didn't call me. She didn't call me back. Simple things.
Oh, still no. Like, even if, like, it depends what you simply offend someone on. Like, because for some things to women, it's like, okay. And then for some, like, those things for guys are like, but that's such a big thing to me. And then for some things for guys, it's like, so why are you crying?
Okay.
And the woman, yeah.
So watch this. Let me go on, and you're very right. Let's go on a specific area. It could be money, it could be sports. So someone tells a man you're ugly, someone tells a woman you're ugly. Who holds it on? Who holds it for longer?
Probably the woman.
So probably the woman. So let's talk self-image then.
Okay.
Because that's one area that a woman would like, as in from heaven down to that's one area that if you, she can get dressed, and if you do not, and it's happening in my house, we're rushing to go out, and my wife has been getting dressed. My focus and priority is getting to the destination quickly. We're rushing to get into the car. She's like, "Oh, you didn't say anything. Said anything about what? The way I look."
Whoa.
In my mind, I was like, I've said, "Oh, wow, she looks good today. Quickly, we need to get into the car because we don't want to be late." Yeah. Sister Bukola says, "Men, let go. They hurt you now, and next play like nothing happened." But with women, few. Exactly. A woman has the capacity to hold on to things longer than a man. Let me tell you why. The way you are built, you are an incubator. A woman is an incubator. If you look at the biological setup of a woman, her breast holds milk and she has a womb. She nurtures seed. A man, the only part of a man that holds on to seeds is his testicles, through which he then projects the seed, which he gives to a woman. The woman then houses that seed for 9 months, if it's a child, and then gives birth. Okay? So picture that. There is a reason why a woman would hold on to offense longer. Biologically, we don't know why. Spiritually, we don't know why. But the fact is, it's not about the holding on to the seed. It's the kind of seed you're holding on to. You can hold on to seed because you're built to hold on to a seed because you're supposed to bless. But for everyone that holds on to, I'm a forgiving person. No. See, if something happens, time yourself. How long does it take for you to get over that thing? Sister Fumilola's got a smile on her face because she's like, boy, Holy Spirit is whacking me right now. Oh, Jesus, hold your camera, hold your camera, hold your camera. Don't touch yourself. Is this making any sense? My wife, listen, my wife will tell you something will happen today. I don't have the gigabytes to hold on to nonsense. Okay, Sister Father Kemi says, I don't agree. Men hardly get angry or react, but when they do, you're careful to linger. But for women, they react almost everything. Yeah, so for us as men, the reason why we don't outburst is we can't be bothered. We've got the energy for other things. Whereas a woman's capacity to express in that moment is a good thing, actually. She expresses it, but she explodes and implodes as well. It's two sides. It's like, okay, if a man explodes, it's done. But for a man, he will first of all was like, he doesn't see, when he discards, he doesn't store. A man discards, a woman might store. And this is not to all women. Okay, this is to some women. Okay, so let's go to Sister Fumilola, because somehow don't look surprised, love. Unmute your mic. How much does this resonate with you, Mal, in terms of your capacity to let go of negative experiences? Someone unmute her mic, please. Yes, hi.
Whoop whoop.
Power up.
Whoop whoop.
Power up.
Power up. It depends on the offense. Before I do get angry easily. Things piss me off easily. And people around me, they notice that what I don't like it. So, but now I do reason. I let go easily now. In fact, to let go easily, I find the peace. Because at times I can hold something, not like a week, I'm still on it. I'll be chatting with the person, but I get to realize that this person, I'm holding, the person will be fine doing this. When I see the person, even I will feel it somehow. I say, wow, I will have to work, and I work on myself. Now, nothing moved me again. One day my husband threw a question to me, if this thing happened, well, I said, nothing moves me again. Nothing. That's
powerful. Thank you very much for sharing. Now, the reason why I'm laboring the point is this. You are all on a mission. And in order for you to fulfill your mission, you need energy. You need power. And the first thing you need to do is definitely protect your power base. So there's number one, protecting your power base. That's the first thing. And number two is activating your power. There's no point calling you a woman of power and there's women around you who are in darkness. I truly believe that you're not a woman of power if there are people around you who are in darkness. You're just carrying the label. You've accumulated the knowledge, but you're not activating it. There is the accumulation of power and then there's the activation of power. Stage one is learning to let go quickly so that great power, uncontaminated power is not accumulated. You want pure power because pure power is what you're going to activate. So if you think about level one is, let me preserve my power by letting go very easily of offense. And letting go easily of offense is this, or any negative situation. It could be the smallest thing to the biggest thing, to even verbally how you complain about things. Complaining is an energy drainer. When you complain about something, it's an energy drainer. It's like someone says, it's so cold in this room. It's no cold in this house. Yes, fact is cold. But am I going to then say it once? But if you say it, I'm digging my wife right now. Where is she? Because my wife will go on about the cold room.
I was just about to type, thank you.
We've both recognized that we're both cold. The person that verbalizes it twice, 3 times has drained extra energy from themselves versus the person that observes it in their mind and tries to do something about it. Does this make sense? We both observed it. Thinking drains some energy. Talking drains more energy. Feeling drains even further energy. So from thinking, feeling, and doing, thinking, now doing drains more of your energy because you're now physically involved in this scenario. That's why getting angry, 1 minute of anger contaminates your immune system for 24 hours. 1 minute of anger, just 1 minute of anger, when I mean rage, 100 rage, contaminates your immune system. They've measured it, the blood filled with toxicity. 1 minute of laughter lights up your immune system for 24 hours. Just 1 minute of high-level laughter. That's science. That's not even spirituality. So as women, you need to begin to ask yourself, am I actually preserving my power or am I wasting my power? When you doubt, you waste power. When you overthink, you waste power. When you're disorganized, you waste power. When you're selfish, you waste power. When you are gossiping, you waste power because the power is supposed to be released to empower somebody else to be better. So here is your challenge. There should be women around your radius, from your accountability partner to other women. Let me tell you the quickest growth. Growth comes from the activation of power. Growth comes from activation of power. And if there is no growth in your life, watch this, ask yourself, am I activating power? Remember this, you have power, but the question is, are you activating it? Let me give you an example, and we're going to talk about the areas of your life that you need to activate power. The first area of your life you need to activate power, okay, is in your identity. How you see yourself, your self-image. Your self-image. That's the first area you need to activate power. If you're talking about women of power, whoop, whoop, power up in your self-image, how you see yourself, okay? So let me ask you a question. Do you think, and I need an answer within 3 seconds. I need an answer within 3 seconds, okay? Do you think you're a leader? Yes or no? Type Y, type no. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just type yes or no. Do you think you're a leader? Some people are still thinking. Now, your capacity to see yourself as a leader is a way of seeing yourself. Question now. When was the last time you complimented yourself? Type it in the comments below. When was the last time you complimented yourself? Not your physical looks, but you stood in the mirror and you said, you know, I'm really proud of you. You're amazing. When was the last time? I didn't say every day. When was the last time? Last week. Okay. Imagine getting oxygen last week. Because compliment is to your soul what oxygen is to the brain. Compliment is powerful. Last week is too long of a time. Between then and now, there's been a lot of subconscious thoughts that has come into your life to tell you a lie. News will tell you a lie. Your business colleagues will tell you a lie. You never know. Okay. So Deanne said yesterday, how long, watch this, and Sister Angela can tell us about this. How long can you survive for without oxygen? How long? If we all held our breath, what's the longest? Angela, tell me.
What, like if you don't breathe at all, like you stop to breathe?
Just hold your breath. How long can you do it for?
Probably pass out in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. Watch this. You can go without food for 40 days. Okay. Water, you can go without water for probably about, another 50 days or so. Okay. But water is a lot more sensitive. Okay. The one thing you can't go without is oxygen for longer than 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, the brain starts to damage. Your soul is like your brain. Compliment is like oxygen to the brain. There is a reason why God spoke over you and he said, that which I've created is good. So I know you're aware that you're a great woman, but if you do not verbally reaffirm that, you're in trouble. You must verbally reaffirm who you say you are or who you see you are. You must verbally reaffirm it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Because if you do not verbally reaffirm it, something will happen in your environment that will make you see and feel differently. So there has to be a daily and hourly reaffirming of your identity. I am a woman of power. I am beautiful. I am amazing. Here's the question I'm asking everyone. Do you think you're a beautiful woman? Type yes. Type M for maybe. Type no. Yes, no, maybe. Sometimes. And when I say beautiful woman, automatically we look at the physical. And even with the physical, for those who say no, Sister Fadeke says maybe. Okay. So that maybe is I think I'm beautiful 50% of the time. Why don't you think you're beautiful? Let's bring her onto the microphone. Why is that a maybe? Maybe is like not sure. Sister Fadeke, let's unmute her mic. We're going to take some questions in a moment. So first area to power up is in your self-image. Are we unmuted her mic?
I can only ask her to unmute it.
Okay. So if you can hear us, Sister Fadeke, let us know when you can come on the mic. Does this make sense what I'm talking about, right? Okay, Sister Fadeke is on now. Hi. And she's gone again. So the first area you need to power up is in your self-image. The reason why your self-image is so powerful is you cannot power up in every other area of your life unless you start with your self-image. Hi. Okay, reception issues. Okay, so first area is self-image, how you see yourself. Okay, that's the first area that you need to power up in. So we've protected our power for making sure that we let go of negative experiences very quickly. We got the power. Now the power is there. So the first assignment is making sure that if something happens very quickly, let's find a solution. Let's keep it moving. We'll power up. Yes, go ahead. I think we got technical. Type it up in the comments below. So that's the first area, self-image, because your self-image will determine how you project yourself in other areas of your life, okay? Powering up in your self-image by what you say about yourself, making sure that it's an hourly affirmation. God speaks over you every moment. Every time you breathe in and breathe out, you're giving testimony to the greatness that created you. The second area that you need to power up in is your money mindset. Your money mindset, okay? Not your money making, your money mindset. Slightly different. How you think about money. Power up in that area. And let me give you some practical things that you need to do from now on, okay? Practical things you need to do to power up, because we need to measure the woman in several areas of her life. Her self-image, first of all, how much she loves herself. Then we need to measure, she'll take that energy to the marketplace to sell, and she'll make money, and how is she using her mindset? When money comes into your life, here's what you do. Eat some. Eat some, meaning look after yourself, buy something for yourself, yeah? Eat some. The second thing is give some. Give some. Eat some, give some, and keep some. Yeah? Eat some, give some, keep some. That's how you power up in your finance. I eat some of it, a percentage. I give some of it, and I keep some of it. Now, the one you keep, eventually you'll invest in something. But a wise woman is a woman that's able to power up in her finances, that no matter how much comes into her life, whether it's £1 or 5,000 naira, she has that philosophy that I must eat some, give some, keep some in order to invest one day. Does that make sense? You power up in that area. Economic power is great power. There are many women who have violated themselves because they had no economic power. There are many women that have made decisions that has violated their spiritual sovereignty, all because they had no money. I've heard stories of what people have had to do to make money. Now, if we gave her a money mindset to be able to accumulate money, maybe she would not have had to squander the sensitive part of herself to make money. That's why all of us, you must set a goal that I must be financially free at this stage of my life, and this is exactly how I'm going to do it. You must have a plan in that area. You can't be passive in that area. My wife and I, we said, okay, we love ordering pizzas on Fridays. That's great. How about we cook on a Friday, take the money that we'll use for pizza, put it aside, and invest it. I know family members who, instead of buying from Amazon, have invested in Amazon. Instead of buying from Etsy, they've invested in Etsy. It's a different thinking. Are you a consumer of content and consumer, or are you a creator of wealth? You must start thinking as a creator of wealth. A creator of wealth takes the one seed and seeks how to multiply it. And multiplication doesn't happen in the bank alone. So first area is the area of self-image, and second area is the area of your finance. Now, self-image, we're talking about emotional well-being and also physical well-being as well. But you must power up in those areas, those two areas. If you work on those two areas, let me tell you the reason why lockdown is frustrating people is because money is not coming in as much as it's supposed to for some people. That's why those who have lots of money, they're not really bothered. It doesn't really affect them apart from the social aspect. But those who are financially down, it burdens them. This is why I spoke about the empathetic strategy. Go back and watch the video. If you're really looking for money, stop looking for money. Start looking for service to render. Start looking for a way to render service. And I believe that with everything that we've shared and you put it into practice, I know things will begin to change. Your self-image, power up in your self-image, power up in your finance. Eat some, keep some, give some. Okay, let me take some questions from what we have said so far, and I'm handing over to you guys. Any questions on what I've said so far? Or type in the comments below what you've learned. And if you like to ask the question, just raise your hand. Olivia has a question. All right, so type in the comments below one thing, one action point, or one thought shift that you've gotten from this conversation. Okay, if there are no questions, there's always the group. You can post the questions there. But I challenge you, oh, there we go. Don't wait to give my spirit oxygen of compliments. There you go. Love that. Biggest lesson, your capacity to let go of a negative experience determines how much joy will flow into your life. Yep, definitely. That's, if you want to know my secret power, that's it. I've got great capacity for joy because I diminish the capacity for darkness. Okay. So growth comes from activation of power. So this week, please activate your power and document the testimonies or the feedback from that power. Please. Okay. If you're going to start thinking, start studying this stuff that you're writing up. Sister Father Kemi says, my soul needs daily dose of compliments. Yes. Complaining is an energy drainer. So these things that you've written, check yourself in it. Thank you very much, guys. Over to you.